2011, 11/7/11, and welcome to The Man in the Box. Wow, 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 wow. Wow, 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 wow. The Man in the Box. Wow, 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 wow. Buried in my shit. Bum, 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 bum. So won't you come and save me? Hey, welcome to Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous, people who aren't just quite rich and famous yet. My name is Samuel David, and I'll be your host for this episode of Cribs, because Kimora Lee Simmons, I believe, is on vacation. So I'm going to take over this episode of Cribs and invite you into my mansion on the rocks. As you can see, my mansion is built on rocks to begin with. This is an amazing breezeway we have here going. The structure is soundly built. We're thinking about adding on to it more later. And there's the shit house. That's speaking of the Man in the Box. Okay, I'm going to walk us inside. Watch your step. Here we go. Okay, let me turn around here, and I got to set the alarm system here. This is elaborate. This is kind of elaborate security system. Tell you what, I'll catch it in a minute. But yeah, it's a security system for the mansion. This is a foyer. This is the whole inner structure. Let me walk you into my front room. Okay. And here we are. This is my little piece of paradise. I live here by myself. My name is Samuel David. I just turned 50 a couple months ago. I'm watching Ellen like I always do. I've been living alone and writing songs for a long, long time. Hope you admire in my crib. I really don't want to talk too much about myself right now. But hope you admire my crib. It's got all the amenities that you really need. We got heating. We got air conditioning. And we have a master kitchen. This is where all the cooking gets done. This is where the chef takes over and all of us. And we use a little toaster oven. And I have a little burner back in the back as far as that goes. I keep all my canned food down there. And that's pretty much this is how I live, being the Man in the Box. If I'd like to invite you into my master bathroom. We got to get past the electrical room first. Inside the electrical room, as you can see, nobody is allowed in my electrical room because this box is made of wood. And if one of those things spark or something gets disconnected or something, if there's a fire, I live in a wooden box. Come on, I'm toast. You know, I want to be cremated, but I'd rather wait till I'm alive. When I know I'm... Never mind, you know what I'm saying. No, okay. Anyway, point being, this is the master bathroom. Here we go. Yeah, there we go. When I have to go, I just put a bucket underneath there with a bag in it, and that's my master bathroom. And after I get done doing what I have to do, I pick it up and I walk down the long hallway of the mansion until I get to the front door, and I throw it out in that bucket. And that's why the Man in the Box song is so great as far as what I am, because I'm buried in my shit. I'm going to take you out here to my shower. This might interest you a little bit. Actually, I don't have to walk that far. I got the zoom thing here. Right over there is a hose hanging off a tree. That's where my soap and shampoo is, and that's where I take my bath. And I've only taken a shower out of that hose since May 1st. That is no joke. 6 months straight. I have not had a hot bath or hot shower since May 1st. Okay? Okay, I'm back inside the mansion on the rocks. I'd like to show you the master bedroom. This is where the magic happens. Yeah, baby. This is one of the most expensive beds known to man. It's got a foam cushion, and it's got a piece of plywood on top of a cot. Yeah. I've been sleeping on that for 6 months. And it moves around a lot and stuff like that. And if you notice the architecture in the mansion, it is supreme. The person who built this mark knew exactly what he was doing by picking out this antique wood for my home. Because I love antiques, I love like ghost stories and stuff. And there are some strange happenings that go on inside this place. Sometimes my TV goes on and off by itself. And I was thinking about asking Zach Baggins, Nick and Aaron to come over from Ghost Adventures to do a lockdown. But with all four of us in here, there would be nowhere to go, you know, as far as it goes. So, you know, I'll just tell you the stories later. All right. So anyway, back at the ranch. I'll show you that stuff later. But this is my bedroom, and I hope you didn't notice too much. But over in the corner, that's my ex-girlfriend. I'm sorry. Yeah. Me and her had a relationship for a while. I think I put a little bit too much pressure on her during a relationship, and I think it broke her heart. As you can see, it probably broke a little bit more than just her heart. But yeah, I found her out living behind a dumpster, and I feel very bad about it. But I had to take her in, and she didn't say much. She never told me her name, actually. I never even got her name before we broke up. And I was kind of disheartened about everything, but then I ran into her sisters. And so I brought them home. And we've had a good relationship ever since. That one's Amber over there. And that one's Rachel. You ever seen The Price is Right? Yeah, those are models on The Price is Right. Amber and Rachel, they're beautiful. And they really don't get jealous of each other. And if they did, they don't tell me. You know, they really don't say much. You know, I wish I could even do some housework around here. But with no arms and legs, you know, I can understand that they're kind of set back a little bit. So, you know, I'll forgive them. But, you know, I keep them around. They're really cool. There's someone to talk to when I'm by myself. Because nobody's been in here except for me. This is my own little mansion on the rocks. Seriously. So after I showed you all of that, let me get into my gym. I didn't even realize I had a gymnasium inside this mansion until just the other day. And I'm looking down and I go, you know what? I need a beer. There, sit-ups. That's my workout. Alright, now I got my exercises done. I'd like to, here, let me pause for a second. Okay, I'd like to walk you into my study. This mansion does have a study, and here we go down the hallway. Okay, and here it is. This is where I keep my most valuable possession. This is my portfolio of my songs and my poems. Here lies within my best 12 songs and my 22 best poems. I have about 20 and 40 as far as it goes, but I've noted down for the first CD I want to create to be my 12 songs. How come I can't see that? 12 songs, and then my 22 poems. And when you buy a CD, you're going to get, it looks like boobs, sorry, you're going to get your 12 songs and you get your 22 poems. And what I want to do is, on the front cover, have this thing. It's called the Tree of Life. Okay? And on this Tree of Life, it's not a very good illustration. Of course, it would be much better if I had money. Is a Tree of Life. And my goal is to create an album with this on a cover with the 12 different main religions having ladders to climb into heaven. And the name of it's going to be Choose One, But You Better Climb. In other words, I don't care which religion you have, but you better climb and you better find God. Okay? And on the inside, you're going to find some great music and some mind-blowing poems. And in part 2 of this segment, I will read my songs and my poems to you and sing them for you. So stay tuned for part 2, but I only have 15 minutes during this time. And I got to get through this real quick. This is my other part of my study. Okay? That's my scroll I made out of Aleister Crowley's Book of Magic. It relates everything on a scale across the known universe. So everything relates. There's no coincidence. Everything is attached to everything. Up here is my picture. This is the only portrait I have in my house. And that's actually an enhanced picture, I think, of me taken at one time or another. Because I'm wearing a backpack, and there's a guardian angel behind me walking through a forest. And that's my backpack, and that's all I have. That's so funny that I got this picture. And I also found it behind a dumpster, ironically. But let me read it to you real quick. It's called Never Alone. And what it says, is, for he will command his angels concerning you. He will command his angels concerning you to guard you in all your ways. Psalms 91:11. And he does. God really watches over me. If it was not for God, I would not be alive. Up here is something I say every single day. I've gotten out of another book. See if I can zoom in on it with this. But it says, Dear God, please help me to receive that which I need to know. Let only what is in my highest and best interest come through. Please always keep me safe, and thank you. Amen. And right there you see the pentagram. It's got fire, earth, air, and water. And the Spirit of God. Those are the 5 points of the pentagram. I don't know how to work this thing. You probably can't see it. But on my hand, I wear a pentagram. That's why you'll always know who Sam I Am is. Because I am the Sam I Am. There is only one. And I keep God in the highest. And all of you should. So come back for part 2, and I'll sing and dance for you, alright? Thank you. Before I go, I'd like to show you a little more about the scroll that I made. It starts off at the very beginning of life with the Hebrew alphabet and letters. It moves on to the houses of Isaiah. And the sword and the serpent. This talks about the tree of life. The flaming sword flows the downward course of the Sephirah, and is compared to the lightning flash. Its hilt is in Kether, and its point to Malkuth. The serpent of wisdom flows through the course of the paths or letters upward, its head being thus in, I can't read it, its tail being in, I wrote it, I can't read it, are the mother letters referring to the elements, and like I said, the double letters to the planets, the rest simple letters to the zodiac. See, what that is this, the tree of life, okay? And the tree of life, we're at Malkuth, we're down at the bottom as far as it goes, and we're supposed to ascend to Kether, which is godlike. This relates everything from the beginning of time to the tree of life, to the tarot cards, and how the tarot cards relate to everything, to the scale of colors, all the colors listed. And then the first people who had to deal with people who didn't believe in God, was the Egyptians. Moses had to deal with the Egyptians, of course. Well, I don't know why, but the Egyptians broke down all their gods into a bunch of them, you know? And they praised all kinds of different gods and named them all kinds of different names instead of just being one god, like Moses said. And then so did, I guess, the Hindus did too. And of course the Greeks did, you know, with Poseidon and Zeus and everybody. You know, they broke their gods down. And then the Roman gods. And then we have the scale of animals, real or imaginary, unicorns included. All the plants, and of course, this is back in the day. Precious stones, with all the precious stones it relates. Then we have the perfumes. And then we have the Greek alphabet, and so on and so forth. It's really, really intricate. And these are part of the magical world of magical relationships. Do you think it's coincidence? Hardly. Okay. Now I've shown you how deep I am. I'm deep as Mariana's Trench. And I want to help the people who are swimming in the shallow pool. That's my goal in life. My goal in life is to write songs and sing to enlighten people, to bring them to a higher consciousness, which I have achieved and everyone can achieve. So what I want to do is release a disc with my best 12 songs to help people. Now a lot of them are, when you come back and pay attention to part 2, you'll hear I sing about everything, okay? I sing about life. I concentrate on things. I tell stories. I don't sing about baby, baby. Now mind you, that's a big hit and everything, but it's so shallow it's not even funny. Come on. I am so deep. I'm as deep as any ocean, as sweet as any harmony. Come on. But I'm appealing to you. One of you top people, like Ellen. I love you, Ellen, and you find people on YouTube all the time. And I watch your show every day I can. You're my favorite daytime talk show host. Anybody, John Rich, you can find people. You find people on YouTube. Come and get me, okay? Come get me. And I don't care about the money. You know, the only thing I want to help is my mom who has diabetes and my sister has breast cancer. I like to donate some money to them. I don't care about money. Look where I live, okay? But come and get me. Wow.